Stand up, stand out, stand strong. A 30-day guide to navigate life when the shift hits the fan. Chapter 28, Day 28. When you resist life, life resists you. When we look around at our planet, everything appears to be falling apart at once. Many people are afraid we are going backwards. But the truth is everything is getting uncovered, coming into the light of awareness, and rising up to the surface for healing. The world is being called to awaken all at once. This is the most powerful call for love that has ever existed. We have two choices: either resist and suffer, or surrender our fears, embrace life, and say yes to play our part in the grand plan to awaken our planet. With all that is going on in the world, we can find a huge list of reasons to resist life, to be afraid, to hide, to avoid, and to die. It appears as though life is throwing every opportunity it can to challenge us to the core of our being. Even Mother Earth is discharging a large amount of accumulated energy through hurricanes, earthquakes, fires, volcanoes, and storms. Mother Earth is not angry. She is healing, and she needs our support, not our fear. The call to heal and transform our planet has never been more powerful, and the call continues to get stronger and stronger every day. The more we resist the call in our heart, the greater resistance we will encounter. Answering the call is non-negotiable. It is inevitable. So how do we begin within ourselves, in our own lives, to release our resistance and embrace the healing transformation that is occurring all around us? We first need to change our perspective about what is happening at this time on our beautiful planet. First, let me be clear. We are not going backwards, and we are not losing ground. It is quite the opposite. We are actually taking a quantum leap forward. For many, it will feel like a far stretch from how they've been living their lives. For those who are in denial that we need radical change, and for those who are still trying to live their lives through the old paradigm, life will appear to resist them big time, and it will not be pretty. What used to work is no longer working. For those who are opening up their minds to shift into the new paradigm, it is an exciting, exhilarating, and powerful time to be alive. Yes, there is much work to do, but if we each play our part, it will be worth it. If every single one of us woke up and answered the call all at once, in an instant, the entire world would be transformed. We have actually arrived at a time when it is easier to be awake, to live consciously, than it is to be asleep at the wheel. We can't pretend, ignore, numb out, or resist like we used to. That has become too painful. We can live consciously and thrive with purpose, or live unconsciously, resist life, and suffer. We each have the right to choose, but the stakes are higher and the consequences are more intensely experienced. Now let me stretch your mind a little bit more with another perspective. What if some of us have a role to play in the awakening of humanity that appears to be a negative role? What if some of us are meant to play the role of the villain or the bad guy? What if their soul has agreed they would stay asleep at the wheel in this lifetime to fulfill a role that would shake people up so much that they felt like they had no choice but to face their fears, find their voice, speak their truth, and stand in love? What if some people need to feel the creaking and cracking beneath their feet in order to change their ways and wake up? What if all that appears to be happening in the world is a collective rock bottom forcing many people to wake up? We have only to read any daily newspaper to grasp that this could be true. Some people still need to learn the hard way. Some people need to get the point by having their suffering bring them to their knees. Some people need to hit rock bottom and fall flat on their back before they can look up and see there is another way. Dwight Pledger, a good friend and fellow Les Brown Platinum speaker, always says, "When the pain of staying the same is greater than the pain of change, change is possible." For some, the world will change when the pain of it staying the same is greater than the pain of change. Many of us are feeling inspired to teach, support, empower, and inspire as many people as possible so that they can find the path of least resistance. to say yes before the resistance is so strong that they have no choice. There is another way. It doesn't have to be so painful. When we stop resisting life, life will stop resisting us. We need to stop saying no to what is happening and accept there is something bigger playing out. When we stop resisting, we will stop bumping up against our own fears, and our experience of life will change in an instant. When we can accept what is, embrace change, and say yes to play our part, we will discover a sense of purpose and strength that will carry us through every challenge on our path. In the last 3 years in my advanced mentoring program for conscious leaders, entrepreneurs, healers, and intuitive coaches, I've seen a repeating pattern of a call for deep surrender. It was a layer of fear that needed to be healed before these leaders could step more into their expression of their gifts. I had already had to clear that same pattern within myself, and that led to my intuition becoming even more laser focused and my business expanding with ease and grace. The thick, dense layer of resistances I am referring to reside in the solar plexus, the area of the upper middle abdomen where the diaphragm rests. It is like a fist gripping with all its might, holding on for dear life. The words I would hear each time are, "Don't make me do it. Don't make me let go." It is the last-ditch effort of the ego mind to resist life and desperately hold on to control. We are each being asked to surrender our personal will, which is based on our limited program mind. We are each being asked to trust our higher will, which is based on the knowing in our heart. Resistance is what our mind thinks and what our heart knows. When our mind is in alignment with our heart, there is no resistance. When our mind is not, there is resistance. The bigger the gap, the greater the experience of resistance. Many of my clients feel the calling in their heart deeply, but in their mind they are afraid to fully embrace and embody their gifts. They are often afraid of judgment from others, and their ego mind convinces them that it's not safe, so they resist. The calling in their heart keeps getting stronger, and the resistance in their mind creates a bigger and bigger gap and more suffering. It is only when we identify the root of the resistance or the limited belief in their mind that we can close the gap of resistance and they can align with their heart. We each need to get out of our head and into our heart and trust the guidance we will receive. Our heart holds wisdom beyond of our mind. Our heart is a bridge to our soul, and it provides us with a universal perspective that serves all of us. When we let our hearts take the lead, we will receive directions from moment to moment like a step-by-step recipe. It is our soul speaking directly to us, guiding our every move based on what is for everyone's highest good. We each need to make a choice. We either continue to resist and say, "No, don't make me," or we choose love, we surrender, and we say yes to the path we are meant to take. When we say yes, we are saying yes to all of life and to our contribution that serves all lives everywhere all at once. I invite you to drop into your body and bring your awareness to your solar plexus. Imagine opening your fist, letting go of your resistance, surrendering your fear, and allowing your heart to take the driver's seat. We let go of control and trust our intuition, and then we lead with our hearts. As we let go and trust, we can watch the resistance as it falls away in an instant and allows us to meet life in all its glory. As we each awaken to our fullest potential and extend our greatest contribution to humanity, the world will evolve in a way that will blow our minds wide open. Miracles will be celebrated all around the globe. What the world needs is for each of us to wake up fully, to be of highest service to all of humanity, leading to an open, vulnerably brave, compassionate heart. That is a choice for love each of us can make in any moment. As we stop resisting life, life will stop resisting us, and it will open each of us up to the miracles that go beyond what our mind would ever think is possible. Let go, Surrender your resistance. Open your fist. Extend your heart to everyone. This is a true act of love we can each choose now.